Welcome, Crypto Fam, to the #1 daily Bitcoin pod. In today's show, I'll be sharing the latest Bitcoin technical analysis, as well as breaking news. U.S. Senator Elizabeth Warren introduces a new bill to crack down on crypto. Max Kaiser's response: since Bitcoin is indestructible, this will have the beneficial impact of killing off all of the ish coins. Also in today's show, the US Fed 2024 rate cut can prove perfect catalyst for the upcoming Bitcoin halving, now scheduled to take place only 4 more months away in April. Also in today's show, blockchain gaming market in North America is projected to reach $600 billion by 2030. I'll be breaking down this latest report, as well as the big traders are still awaiting on the sidelines as crypto launches the most hated rally, according to Meltem Demirors. We'll also be discussing the latest from crypto billionaire Brock Pierce. Says Bitcoin is looking like it's in a real bull run. I'll also be sharing his latest outlook, which he shared on TV. We'll also be discussing a prediction of Bitcoin hitting $1 trillion in 2024. That's right. We're going to be breaking down what the Bitcoin price action will likely look like after the Bitcoin ETF and the Bitcoin halving scheduled to take place here in just a few months. We'll also be taking a look at the overall crypto market. All this plus so much more in today's show. And welcome everyone just joining us. We're having a bit of a correction at the moment. You've been looking for that dip. Hallelujah, you got it. Thank the gods. Thanks, Satoshi. You got Bitcoin at a discount right now of $3,000 compared to just yesterday. That's a 7% discount. A great time to be stacking them sats. Welcome everyone in the live chat. We got Will Stopson versus Guru, Crypto Surge, Bulletproof, Ron P, Job Bless, What It Do, Astas. Let me know how the stream is. Are we loud and clear and smooth? Please do let me know. Yes, that is right, Miles. You're a smart one. This is the most conservative target I have ever shared for Bitcoin on this show. A mere 1 trillion? What's that? We've achieved it before. Real talk. By the dip, says Raul. Fun. Welcome, family. Smash the likes. Appreciate the reminder. Crypto Lucian. What up, Haley? Good to see you, family. Bakersfield in the chat. Let's go. Shout out Eric Castro. Jack, what it do, Bumaclot? It's bigger on the inside, says JB. Welcome, family. Loud and clear and smooth. Love to hear that, Tony. Greedy Savvy 1 says all of the above. Appreciate that. Loud and clear. Good mic check. M. Stafford. Yeah, thank you. Appreciate you tuning in. All smooth, says Dan. How old is Elizabeth Warren? She needs to retire and give the job to someone younger. I agree with you that on the cuff. I mean, but for Christ's sake, these people get to stay in their power until the wheels fall off, until they start freezing on TV, and then they still remain in power. Fat chance of $1 trillion Bitcoin. I'm pretty much guaranteeing we hit $1 trillion Bitcoin market cap in 2024. Consider we've already smashed it. We probably hit $1.5 trillion back in 2021. So don't be so bearish. Just saying. Stream is live and clear, big dog. Love to hear that. What up, Alan? What up, Jack? What up, May and saying buy the dip? You already know. How many of you are taking advantage of the dip at these prices? Everyone's been asking for it, so there you have it. We'll start pricing companies in Bitcoin for the market cap sizes. That's right. We're already surpassed Berkshire Hathaway. I think we just eclipsed Meta, so we're on our ways up. Bought 2,000 this morning, so congratulations to M. Stafford. Well done, family. It's not our age, it's our attitude. Trump promised term limits, says JB. She should be out in her garden tending her daffodils. There you go. Pretty obvious you will be adding to the dip because you're a Super Saiyan. Love to hear it. Shout out to all my Super Saiyans and Padawans and Jedis out there as well. Generate your own power at home and run miners with excess power. I love that, Eric. Smart man. What up, Greg? Welcome, family. Dip buying. I see a lot of people taking advantage of the dip. Enjoy it while it lasts because these dips are very short-lived, as we have experienced. Fourth quarter has been lit, to say the least, and we're still not even halfway through December. So let's go. Welcome, John Matrix. What up? Buying the dip while it lasts. Let's go. I love to hear that. The ones looking for the dip won't buy. They never do, says Chris. I sold 4 properties in Arizona last week and expect my escrow in the mail this week, but won't go into cheap Chinese crap. Well, congratulations, Creeper. That's what's up, family. Shout out to the mods out there. Streamlabs, Passive, what do you got? Maximus. We got Digital Dankness. I appreciate all the support. 38 or lower could be healthy and reduce the volatility later, says Matt. How many think that's a possibility? Please do let me know. Crypto Fever. What up, everyone? Remain calm and healthy pullback. Everyone gets Bitcoin at the price they deserve. Bitcoin's getting rid of the weak paper hands and leaving the diamond hand warriors. Amen, family. Now let's go. Now, without further ado, if you're new to the channel, make sure to smash that subscribe button to receive daily premium crypto news alerts every day, just like this. You also get an on-screen shout out by yours truly. Also, be sure to smash the like and hit the bell icon to turn on all notifications. That's very important and also helps out tremendously with the YouTube algorithm. The goal is to get to 100,000 subs along with this 100,000 Bitcoin price incoming so we can get this mofo lit, just like that Christmas tree you see on your screen. Now, today is pod episode number 1400, and I believe it is today is 48. Yeah, so pod number 1448. I'm your host, JV, and today is December 11th, 2023. Let's kick it off with our market watch. You can see a big pullback occurring right now. Bitcoin is trading just under 40,700, down over 7% on the day. Ether also down 7%, trading back under $2,200. Solana, BNB, XRP, Cardano, all the major cryptos correcting and in the red. But if we zoom out, they say when in doubt, zoom out, and we look on the 7-day, Bitcoin is still in the green for the week, up roughly 2%. And Ether is in the red, Solana in the green, BNB in the green, Cardano leading the pack up 34% on the weekly, and also Avalanche, AVAX up 66% on the week. And zooming out on the monthly, we can see Bitcoin is still up 8.8%, Solana up 22%, Cardano up 37%, and AVAX up 147%. And checking out coinmarketcap.com, the current crypto market cap sits at 1.52 trillion with about 93 billion in volume in the past 24 hours. Bitcoin dominance back on the decline at 51.9%, with the Ether dominance also on the decline at 17.1%. And checking out the top 100 crypto gainers of the past 24 hours, we do have a few in the green, including Injective up 15% on the daily. We got KuCoin token up 10% and Celestia up almost 7% on the day. Below that's Immutable, Optimism, and Avalanche. Now, which altcoins, if any, are you most bullish on for this bull run? Let me know in the comments right down below. And don't forget, this is a live and interactive show, so please do say hello. Let me know where you're tuning in from. I appreciate that. And checking out the crypto bubbles to get a visual perspective of the market. This is for the daily. The majority of the cryptos correcting and in the red, many of them 10% plus losses on the day. Zooming out on the weekly, the majority are still in the green. And zooming out on the monthly, virtually all the major cryptos up and in the green. And now we have this new meme coin, a DeFi meme coin on the Solana blockchain by the name of Bonk, which has been pretty bonkers as of late, which is up now 440% on the month. And checking out the Crypto Greed and Fear Index, we're currently rated a 74 greed, same as yesterday. Last week a 74 as well, and last month a 70 in greed. So we've been stuck in greed in the 70s for quite a minute. Now let me know how many of you are currently bullish on the King Crypto, and I appreciate subscribing. Travel Adventure, I told anyone who subscribes, you're gonna get that on-screen shout out. So much love, much respect. Welcome to the #1 daily Bitcoin pod. Maybe Market Cap says, INL, I think you guys are pretty smart. Very smart. Alabama checking in. Welcome, Creeper. Who flipped their Bitcoin gains into Ishcoin losses? Asked Chris Minka. Casper says, bless you, Nipsey. D the dude. Right on. As far as bullish alts, can't wait for your analysis. Preach, says Earl Harris. I appreciate that. We're going to have a pretty lit Bitcoin TA session for sure. We'll be checking out the charts where the price action is likely to take us next. Welcome, Maximus. Appreciate your family. Lucian, Saratoga, New York in the building. What up, Nip Nip? Hello to the Nipsey as well. He is the official mascot of the show. You can see him on the B cam right here saying hello to the entire Crypto News Alerts fam. You know how we do. South Venice, Florida in the building. Shout out JB. Bet we are still not in greedy tomorrow. Yeah, we'll probably still be in the 70s. Who knows? You know what I mean? Sewer City, Iowa. You call it Sewer City. That's hilarious. How many more dips till we all go to the moon? I hate buying in the 40s, says Jackie. That's a great question. We shall soon see. Winnipeg, Canada in the building. Still bully. Love it. Shout out to all my bullies, all my bulls, stacking them biddies. Naples, Florida. Shout out to the Black Swan, the Dawn. Nipsey, you're getting that love. They're saying hello to you, Nipsey. Nipsey's like, yeah, appreciate it, guys. Nipsey's the man, the official mascot, Crypto News Alerts, you already know. Good morning, Dab Master, like your name, by the way. But anyways, fam, let's kick it off into high gear. Check out our Bitcoin technical analysis. Check out some of the charts where the price action is likely to go next. Is the Bitcoin price dip towards 40,000 a bear trap? Well, let's discuss it. Bitcoin price finally witnessed a significant 7% pullback today, December 11th, as multiple indicators flash sell signals and traders book profits. Bitcoin's ability to hold above 42 will determine whether this crash is a buy the dip opportunity or a general market reversal. Here you're looking at the Bitcoin 4-hour candle chart, finally producing a big red candle. The sharp Bitcoin price drop observed on the daily chart corresponds with the 6.5% drawdown over the 300 million in long liquidations across the crypto sphere. And zooming on the 1-day candle time frame, which you can see here on your screen, this movement appears as minor retracement as more extensive bullish trend established over the past few months. Moreover, the relative strength index has retreated into neutral territory, currently below a 70. Now, last week's analysis confirmed the strong uptrend that Bitcoin has been in, with significant momentum observed after the price breached that 40,000 level. We're still sitting above it, at least. This context suggests that the recent dip could be a short-term fluctuation within a continuing upward trend rather than a general trend reversal through more downside or sideways actions should not be ruled out for the days ahead. So here are the key levels to keep your eyes out on. The important levels to watch include 31,860, 28, and 25.2, which have been significant since 2021. Therefore, the fact that the Bitcoin price has not approached these levels and recent uptrend has been strong enough to surpass the minor resistance levels with ease supports the argument that the current price action is within the bounds of a healthy correction rather than a bearish trend reversal. Now let's discuss the healthy corrections in the bull market. Corrections are considered a normal part of everyday upward trends. They are typically seen as healthy for the market because they allow for consolidation and can shake out the weak hands, as demonstrated by the volatility we witnessed mid-November. If followed by a strong bounce, the current drop would indicate the market is still in a positive trend and that the traders are buying the dip. How many of you bought the dip? Many of you, right? Now, hence the latest price drop must be viewed in the context of the longer-term trend. It seems more indicative of a temporary dip within a bullish phase rather than a complete trend reversal, at least thus far. Let me know if you agree with that sentiment. Personally, I think that's concisely what's happening right now. I feel it's just a healthy consolidation so we can build back stronger and bust past that current annual resistance sitting at 44,750. But one must also consider the previous bull markets have seen pullbacks of well over 20%, as shown here in this chart by the long drawdown wicks during each bull market phase. So in other words, Bitcoin can still drop much further without halting the overall uptrend. However, its ability to hold above 42 will further strengthen this argument. However, I think we are already back under 42. As we can see here on TradingView, the current price action is 40,650. So it's getting quite interesting. And here's a little update on some analysis as well. This was actually just published. This shows you the S&P 500 index price analysis. The bulls have successfully held the S&P above the breakout level of 45.41 for the past several days. This suggests the buyers are trying to flip that level into support. And checking out the US dollar currency index, which is the DXY, it just bounced off the 61.8% Fibonacci retracement level of 102, November 29th, indicating buying at the lower levels. And as far as Bitcoin price analysis is concerned, here you're looking at the Bitcoin daily chart. We're rebounding. However, I mean, let's see. Do you think we break below 40,000, or do you think 40,000 will hold and will maintain marching north the rest of this month of December? Please do let me know. In other breaking news, U.S. Senator Elizabeth Warren, everyone's favorite senator, introduces a bill to crack down on crypto. And you already know anything she introduces is no good for the industry. Max Kaiser responded to this. Since Bitcoin is indestructible, this will have the beneficial impact of killing off all of the ish coins. Now, let me know if you feel this will just likely, and I'm not going to read everything in the bill because this was actually just announced right before I went live, so I don't have a story on it on the day. But I'm sure by tomorrow we'll see everything that's actually considered in the bill. I just just know if it's introduced by her, it's definitely not good for the industry. But let me know your thoughts, crypto fam, and I'll read these thoughts out loud. Welcome, Tom. Yeah, screw her. Warren is the devil. I'm with you there, Crypto Surge. I've been trying to explain Bitcoin to my workmates. Firstly, they laughed at me. Oh no, and said I was stupid. Now the last few weeks, I've got most of them coming to me asking about this Bitcoin thing. Isn't it an amazing thing how that happens? Burger, I think we can all relate to that one. She is a full-time clown, says Miles. Yeah, anything she recommends, I am against it. Anything she says I am against it. Cancel Pocahontas. So that's Pocahontas, huh? Leonard Ray, lock her up. I'm with you there. Been hodling since 2016. I know about the dips, but I thought that ish was over. Wouldn't you say dip more than a few $100s? Only 1/4 of Bitcoin. It matters. Oh, and being old too. Well, hang in there, JB. These dips are very short-lived. The bigger picture, 1 Bitcoin is still equivalent to 1 Bitcoin. It always will be. If you're sweating a 10% correction in Bitcoin, you're obviously new, right? You ain't seen nothing yet. She's tried to introduce 354 bills in her whole career, says Fever. 0 of them passed, so that's good. That's a hell of a track record for her and Gensler to make a hell of a couple. Well, there you have it. Maybe they should elope. You guys are invited to the wedding. Joining late today, wondering if the sales during the night were shorts covering. Well, we got a lot in liquidations. I think there was 300 million in long liquidations, family. Chase, what'd it do? Don't talk about Bitcoin to your friends or family. It just makes them feel bad when dips occur if they lose, says Matt. All my Bitcoin liquidated last night. Oh, snap. Jaws. Crypto Burger, I have the same thing a few months back. Now I'm laughing. Yeah, it's funny. Who gets the last laugh here? Pocahontas hasn't had a bill passed since at least 2015. Well, that's good. Why do they even still have her in office? Please do a review on this. I don't know about all that, fam. I don't just do reviews on cryptos. Common short squeeze after the parabolic. It's possible. We shall soon see. She is a level 3 boss. Play her off and the bill goes away. Amen, Rave. Shout out, Rave Elevator. Too many love buying the drop from them to last. I see. Yeah, a lot of people are going to be buying this up, especially the big institutions. The Michael Saylors out there. Smash buying. I zoomed out for the past year and ish looks a bit much. Bitcoin is pumping. All good, guys. Please do a dips equal happy face to the hodlers. Warren is stacking Bitcoin on the low, just like the tapeworm. Yeah, referring to Jamie Dimon, CEO of JP Morgan Chase. Any more bank failures will push gold and silver higher, of course. And of course, Bitcoin, like we witnessed the regional banking crisis earlier in the year, that sent Bitcoin parabolic. We're still up over 150% in the year, so don't beat yourself up, guys. A lot of people don't have the ability to understand crypto, so I don't tell anyone. I feel you on that, Jackie. She is a dumpster fire, says Tom. Black says greed. Pocahontas is important in Congress. Why is she important? Who cares about her? Buying Bitcoin is long Bitcoin. How else can you call a long? That's right. Just stack and you won't lose your position, says Will. That's right. But anyways, fam, let's dive into our next story of the day. Discuss the Bitcoin halving, now only 4 months out, scheduled to take place in April. You guys pretty excited about that? Please do let me know. And we're also going to be discussing the U.S. Fed 2024 rate cut, which will be the perfect catalyst for this Bitcoin halving, and let's not forget the ETFs as well. Now, Goldman Sachs, the second largest investment bank of the world, predicted that the U.S. Fed could cut interest rates twice in the next 2 years, starting as early as the third quarter of 2024. Interest rates have a strong correlation to the investor risk appetite. Goldman Sachs predicted the first Fed rate cut by December of 2024, but this forecast has been brought forward to quarter 3 as of 2024 due to the cooling inflation, according to Reuters. Now, the lender expects the 2 Fed cuts to bring interest rates to 4.875% by the end of 2024, rather than its previous forecast of 5.13%. The change comes as data released December 8th showed stronger than expected U.S. labor market results after the U.S. Labor Department's monthly job report said the unemployment rate fell to 3.7% from 3.9% in October. Now, a report by Reuters cited traders saying that a more robust labor market performance won't deter the Fed from cutting those interest rates. They expect the first cut to come by quarter 1 of next year, which is right around the corner, 2 quarters earlier than the Goldman Sachs forecast. Now, an excerpt from Goldman Sachs' note on the Fed interest rate cuts reads the following: healthy growth in labor market data suggests that insurance cuts are not imminent, but the better inflation news does suggest that normalization cuts could come a bit earlier. What's your thoughts on that, fam? Now, the federal funds rates is determined by the Federal Open Market Committee and serves as a guide for lending by U.S. banks. It is configured as a range limited by an upper and lower level. Currently, the federal funds rate ranges from 5.25% to 5.5%. And when the Fed interest rates drop, borrowing becomes cheaper, fostering an increased appetite for risk-taking amongst economic and financial market traders, including cryptocurrency. An increase in interest rates is often used to contain inflation and reduce the purchasing power of fiat currencies, deterring capital flow into the crypto market. Now, clearly, the higher the rates are, the harder it is for you guys to get loans to buy crypto, which is probably all by design. Now, if the rates get dropped, that's clearly a bullish catalyst for the investors to stack more crypto. Now, Federal Reserve interest rate hikes directly impact the market because they influence investor behavior. When the Fed raises the interest rates, traditional investment asset classes, such as bonds and other fixed income assets, become more attractive to investors due to the stable returns. And in turn, investors move funds away from volatile assets, such as crypto, leading to decreased demand and potentially causing price corrections or declines. The market becomes more risk tolerant once interest rates are brought down and money starts flowing again into the equity and crypto markets from the less volatile asset classes. Now, the Fed began tightening interest rates back in March of last year amid the growing inflation, hiking them from as low as 0% to 0.25%, with the most recent increase in July. However, with the expected rate cuts in 2024 and the Bitcoin halving looming set for April, both of these catalysts for a post-halving price rally are definitely bullish. And we also got to consider the ETFs. So we got various bullish catalysts for 2024. I think it's going to be a hell of a bull run. What are your thoughts, fam? And I'll read some of your comments out loud. Yes, let's go. Would be a disaster as a U.S. president. Are you talking about Gavin Newsom? I'm with you on that, Universal. We all pray he don't win. We all pray Biden don't win as well. I think those are the worst of the worst, personally. We need a red president or him checking out of the USA. Says Passive. You might end up with Max Kaiser in El Salvador. I shared that life hack yesterday. How to take advantage of their visa for only $90, relocate, and take advantage of those tax advantages. Bitcoin City is sounding more tempting by the day. What are your thoughts? Who cares about defending any politician? I'm with you on that as well, Will. Bank meeting, says Matt. I appreciate the subs, family. Thank you. 38 incoming. G Immortals calling it. Do you guys think we break 40,000 support? Let me know. We need to get that old people out of office, says Evander Harris. Right on. I'm moving to Seychelles. Where's that located, family? Is that a city or is that a country? And tell me where it is. And if I'm pronouncing that wrong, please correct me. You know what I mean? Passive says check. Yes, let's freaking go. I'm with you on that, guys. I don't think Biden will run for a second term, even though he says he will, says Bryce. Yeah, will he be alive to actually fulfill that term? Tony Jeffries back home in Liverpool. Shout out to LFC Liverpool Film Club. Appreciate you, Tony Jeffries. Much love, much respect. Rodney Gear just had two friends ask me how to get into Bitcoin. Bring it on. Definitely a good sign, Rodney. And the higher the price goes, the more of your friends are going to be asking you. That's just the way life is. We need to get stupid people out of office, says Jeff Rhodes. No, get all the incompetent and criminal people out of the office, no matter their age. That's right, JB. I feel you on that one. There could be good people at an older age. It's really just them, and they're selling them their souls, unfortunately. AI biting incoming. Are we going to see a clone? A fake? A deep fake? Bought the dip. Congratulations, Felix. They need to come out of Congress when they reach retirement age. That's right. Bring some new blood in there, for Christ's sake. I think we're better off with the younger generation versus these old mofos. Max Kaiser's the strongest deer in the whole wood. A bad at a younger age. It's about control, says Felix. 100%. Corruption, control, power. They can already print unlimited amounts of money. They don't need our money. We need businessman to manage the USA, not a politician, says Chef Geo. Latin table. What up, family? It's Shells. Okay, Seychelles, a tax-free crypto island. Oh, word. Where's this island located, fam? I'm going to cry losing my money. Well, you didn't lose anything unless you sold, especially Bitcoin hodlers, so no one should be complaining right now. Seize the moment, take advantage of the dip, and hodl, and before you know it, we'll be right back where we left off, approaching new annual highs. People seem to forget we started this year off at 17,000. People seem to forget fourth quarter last year, we were 15,700 bottom. We're 40,000 today. So no Bitcoiner should be complaining. If you're on the sidelines, you shouldn't be complaining either. You could at least pick up some Bitcoin at 40 G's. Win-win. Hex and Trump, bro. I don't know about that, Mr. BlackRock. Hit that like, says Michael. Appreciate that. You don't lose if you don't sell. You're falling asleep, JB. Am I falling asleep? For real, for real? Indian Ocean near Maldives. Oh, that's one of the most beautiful places in the world. Maldives. Wow. Congrats, man. That's going to be lit. Boomer Futurist, BTFD. You already know, selling my kidney for more BTC, says Tarticus the Great. Felix, one of the guys who goes to my church, is a great trader and think Bitcoin can go to 50,000 by the end of the year. I think that's a hell of a target and very realistic. We still got 20 days left of December. Will Santa bring us a very Merry Christmas? What do you guys think? When the fire starts, be the fireman. I like that, Corey Campbell. Prince Ben, looking to RFK Jr., the best independent candidate, and fully supports crypto. Shout out RFK Jr., and kudos for him running independent and dropping out as a Democrat. I respect that. People are saying he has no chance of winning, though. Let me know if that's true. I don't really follow politics personally. Vivek should have a position in the next administration, says Earl Harris. I know he is also pro-Bitcoin. If you guys can choose, do you prefer RFK Jr. or Vivek Ramaswamy, if I'm pronouncing that name right? Both pro-Bitcoin and anti-CBDC. Let me know your thoughts. You're playing a rigged game, no crying. Chris, people have 20 Bitcoin. Don't talk about how much they have. Precisely. The more of your holdings, you won't be talking about it, because then extortionists and shady mofos will be coming out of the woodwork trying to take that from you some way, somehow. Mark my words. It's pronounced Maldives. Okay. Yeah, I say Maldives because it looks like it. I would like you to go over the advantages of going to Puerto Rico. We can discuss that during our Q&A session for sure. Just remember to ask that question again so I don't forget. Good stuff, because there are tax advantages to being here on the island, and it's very, very good for U.S. residents because you don't have to denounce your U.S. residency. You don't need to get any, you don't even need a passport, for Christ's sake, as Puerto Rico is a part of the United States. It's considered a territory, so that's a good thing. Anyways, fam, let's break down our next story of the day. We discussed the halving, what's going to be coming and keeping us lit right around the corner as far as bullish catalyst. Now let's discuss the gaming sector. Gaming was booming in crypto, I remember, in 2021. In fact, it was one of the most bullish, I think, sectors. Correct me if I'm wrong. NFTs and gaming. Do you think gaming and NFTs will be resurrected for this market cycle? Do let me know. Here's a forecast of gaming hitting a $600 billion market cap by the year 2030, which would be pretty significant, clearly. The global blockchain gaming market will grow to an estimated $614 billion over the next 7 years, according to the analysis from Fortune Business Insights released on December 11th, which is today. The market currently accounts for an estimated $154 billion in spending. The report analyzed the global sales data from blockchain game products from 2017 to 2021, and it found that the sales were increasing by a compound annual growth rate of 21.8%, implying that by 2030, the market will reach $600 billion. This equates to an absolute growth rate over the next 6-year period of nearly 300%. Fortune's researchers divided the world into 5 regions: North America, South America, Middle East and Africa, Europe, and Asia Pacific. North America posted the largest share of the blockchain game item purchases for any region in 2022, accounting for over $30 billion, or approximately 24% of the total. The researchers stated that they expect this North American dominance to continue over the period. Now, I'm curious, which gaming cryptos are you most bullish on? I know there's quite a few of them. There's Engine Coin, there's Decentraland/Mana, and there's probably a ton of others as well. So if you're bullish on any of them, do let me know. Here you can see the North American blockchain gaming market size from 2017, and just look at that growth in the charts. Do you think this growth of 300% per year annually is likely to continue? Let me know. And when it comes to the category of games offered, the report states that it expects role-playing games, better known as RPGs, to have the highest growth rate when compared to other categories. These games have special characters, themes, additional weapons, weapons, accessories, and other features that make them especially suited to implement blockchain features. Role-playing games represented over 33% of the market last year in 2022, according to the report. Web-based blockchain games currently represent the largest segment of the blockchain games, which the researchers expect to continue dominating. However, they also stated Android-based games are becoming more prevalent. Blockchain gaming companies have recently implemented new features to make onboarding easier. For example, Immutable added Transact as an additional option for purchases on December 11th. Not all blockchain games news is positive, though. November 30th, CoinGecko study found that over 75% of the blockchain games launched between 2018 and 2023 have failed. So a lot of failures. So you got to keep that in mind as well. There's a lot of competition, but I think overall competition is a good thing. The cream typically rises to the top. So let me know, fam, how many of these gaming alts, if any, are you currently bullish on? Holla at your boy. That's right, Michael Volker. Appreciate that. We got 542 people watching and only 124 likes. What in the world is going on? It's free to show some love. You know what I mean? I appreciate that, fam. Let's get it. Solana and Decentraland. Mana is good for gaming. That's right. Says Sixtus. Any of you blockchain gamers out here, let me know. Yeah, the Rumble app ain't opening. Rumble is down today. Typically, we stream simultaneous, same time on YouTube and Rumble. I tried all morning. Rumble has been down. Even this afternoon, I checked right before we went live, so I wouldn't feel bad trying to get it up last minute. Still down. So I think they're probably updating their servers, which is, not so untypical. So Rumble is down, so there will be no after party today. But to make up for it, I'll stay extra time during our Q&A session right here on YouTube for my YouTube fam. I appreciate it. And hopefully by tomorrow, Rumble's up back in action. Thanks for those likes. I appreciate that, family. Let's go. Yeah, Ron P. Follow the whales and the smart money, not the stupid money. The short-term hodlers are the stupid money. Hit the likes. Thank you, Sam. Appreciate that. Surreal is bullish on Sheeb. Hello from St. Croix. Let's go. Virgin Islands. Patrick, welcome to the show, family. Opportunity to dollar cost average. A hell of an opportunity. You can get Bitcoin today at a $3,000 discount, $3,300 to be exact. I'd take advantage of that, fam, if you're looking to get your position. Viagra, is that a new crypto? Going to the moon. Rocket ship up. Oh my God. Democrats attacking the Rumble network. Oh, for real? That wouldn't shock me, because that's a platform where you can basically exercise your First Amendment right to freedom of speech. Whereas YouTube, I got to be very careful what I talk about. I've been terminated under false pretenses before, so I'm very cautious of what I share here on YouTube. Only 124 likes. That's not right. How don't know what happened? Oh, yeah. You mofos are going to freeload off JV, shaking my head. Eric, I appreciate that, family. So the only people that haven't hit the like, I mean, if you're just too lazy to hit it, is if you're not signed in. I encourage you to sign into your YouTube account so you can interact. You know what I mean? Say some words in the chat. I can read them out loud. And of course, the likes help out tremendously. So if you're trying to help usher in mass Bitcoin adoption, smash the likes. It's the greatest compliment you can do. And it's free to do so. So I appreciate it. We going long on Bitcoin here? Always, Salt. We're always long. Hey, all. This pullback is providing a great opportunity to buy the Bitcoin miners. I've been adding to my BITF position today, GLTA. Got to get it. That's what's up, Nate. Congratulations, family. That's right. When the miners are on sale, take advantage of it. The miners have been crushing it. Probably MicroStrategy stock as well, but I haven't looked at that yet today. Should I long Bitcoin? That's a question for you to ask yourself. Personally, I think buying and holding and self-custodying it is all the long you need to do. I'd be very weary about longing with leverage. You got to be very careful about that, because you can get wrecked very effortlessly, because the market makers tend to wreck everyone. Just like we saw $300 million in long liquidations. But if you just hold for the long haul and you don't sell at a loss, you really can't lose, right? And if you hold, we know the price is going to appreciate. We're heading into 2024, for Christ's sake. Hey, JV guys, never admit they can't get it up. DCA day, I am just buying, says Creeper. Tell us your preferred cold storage option, please. For me, I like the Trezor. There's a ton of other options, though, now. Now you got the Elipal. I forget the names, but there's probably a dozen of them you can choose from. But Trezor is a good one. 100,000 subs is the goal. Amen. With this 100,000 price action, the whole Democratic Party is whack on every point. No disagreement from me there, Earl. Miner stocks are cheap. That were double when Bitcoin was 25,000. Oh, wow. Preach JV, don't leverage, says Rave. Bro, your community is the best and your advice is priceless. Thank you. Wait for it. I appreciate you tuning in, supporting the show from the UK. Shout out to all my brethren out there in Europe. If you're using leverage, long around a growing core. Swiss trade the leverage part, says Nate. If you're asking questions in a chat room, don't trade. You're not ready, says Chris. Cold Card, that's a great option as well for self-custody. It has air gap technology, which means it never has to connect to the internet or your computer, but you can still use it, which is pretty fantastic. What is the best town in Puerto Rico, says Dabmaster J. That's a great question. We can discuss Puerto Rico in greater detail towards the end of the show during the Q&A, because someone already asked me about the tax advantages of relocating out here. So we'll save all the Puerto Rico stuff towards the end. So you guys got to stick around. Make crypto institutions great again. The BlackRock Bitcoin ETF will pump its price 10x and block the retail investor from ever being a Bitcoin whole coiner. Well, become a whole coiner while you still can, is my advice to you guys. But with that being shared, fam, let's break down our next story of the day. We broke down the gaming industry and why that's looking so bullish. Now let's discuss this hated rally. According to Melton Demirors, and we actually reacted to her video, I believe that was yesterday, over on Rumble. If you missed that, be sure to check it out. The chief strategy officer of market intelligence firm CoinShares says that blue chip traders are still waiting in the wings as crypto launches its most hated rally. So where are my haters at? Congratulations, Yaheem Stone, on joining the HODL Gang, which is a paid membership of the channel. I greatly appreciate your support. In fact, we just smashed 200 paid members who have joined the HODL Gang just in the past week. So again, you guys are incredible. I appreciate all the support. In a new interview with CNBC Television, CoinShares executive Melton Demirors says that the institutional investors are still waiting on the sidelines, along with a lot of the retail traders. Quoting her here, there are a lot of different factors that buyers are pricing in, but the big traders, the macro desks, they haven't started buying yet. There is still a lot of institutional investors waiting, and for me, the big leading indicator is when retail is back, and that's when the dog coins start running. And you already know, meme coin city. Demira says the digital asset industry is in the midst of its most hated rally, as the public is tired of hearing about cryptocurrencies. I'd say the only people of the public tired of hearing about it are the people on the sidelines without any Bitcoin. What are your thoughts? She shares here, 2022 was a bad year for us. Not a great look starting in June and going through the end of the year with FTX. A lot of bankruptcies, failures, and outright fraud. We have just had the final shoe drop with Binance. Also, we saw an announcement that Changpeng Zhao, the founder of Binance, settled with the SEC, which we know for 4.1 billion or 4.3 bill, and also had to step down as the CEO. Now, as we look ahead, I'm calling this the most hated rally. We are going into the end of the year, and everyone's tired of hearing about crypto, but baby, we are so back. And to watch this video, he did, or she did, my bad, check the show notes below the video in the description. It's a very good interview, hence why we did a react session to it just yesterday on Rumble. Let me know if you guys had an opportunity to check that out. Let me know if you agree or disagree with the sentiment. Do you think this will be the most hated rally? And do you think people are sick and tired of hearing about cryptocurrency? What are your thoughts, fam? Yes, one of us. Whoa, one of us. Amen. AMA play, Call of Duty, everybody. Word up. I'm looking at 36.5 for adding sats, says Big Boss Ben. Is the Ledger a good cold storage wallet? It's a decent option, Justin, but the reality, it has backdoors. Really, because their CEOs have come out and talked about it when they were asked about it. And number two, it's not open source. So Trezor, in my opinion, they're around the same price. I would go with Trezor over Ledger because Trezor, no backdoor, and it's open source. So I think it's a better option. Not to say if you already have a Ledger that it's bad and you should replace it. To each their own. It's still a viable solution, but I think if you had to choose with the knowledge we have currently, I think Trezor would be a better play for a hard store cold wallet versus the Ledger. Let me know if you guys agree or disagree. Never tired of talking about or hearing about Bitcoin, right, Melda? Anyone sick and tired of it is because they don't hold any. It's the only logical solution. Melda has been in Bitcoin since 2011, so she'll never get sick of hearing about it. Guaranteed. And she's probably heard more stories and news about Bitcoin than anyone else here. Fact. You know what I mean? And she'll never get sick of hearing it. Why is that? Because she has a bag. That's why. Dub Proof, what up, family? Welcome. If you're gaining value, smash the like. We appreciate it. An original Ledger Nano S does not have the backdoor risk. Well, that's good to note, Tony. Dump the Ledger. Don't look back. Says, ask me. Melda, how amazing, right? She's a true OG. She got in when Max Kaiser got in. If you're going to buy altcoins, buy INJ. That's injective, right? As is the coin for derivatives. Okay, interesting, Roger. Appreciate the share. I can talk Bitcoin all day, baby, right? I've been talking about every day on this podcast for the past 1,408. What is it? What's episode today? I lose track. It's episode 1,448. So we've been talking about crypto for 1,448 days consecutively. No one here gets sick of it because we're holders at the end of the day. Any of these storage wallets foolproof? I mean, I think they are, or we wouldn't be using them. If they were hackable, no one would want to use them. The hackable wallets that are more hackable and most likely to be taken advantage of are going to be the ones that are hot wallets on your computer or your mobile phone. Example, MetaMask. MetaMask, I've heard Jordan Belfort, you know what I mean? The one who, the Wolf of Wall Street, the guy, the actual guy, they made the story about, or the movie. He says he was hacked for $700,000 on the MetaMask wallet. So that's why we preach cold storage. Your crypto, I've never heard any stories of anyone with cold storage getting their crypto hacked, ever. I can be wrong, but I've never heard or read a single story of someone being hacked from their their cold storage wallet. So that is the safest bet out there. Exchanges aren't safe because it can become a honeypot to hackers. And if the SEC goes after them, like they do all the major exchanges, your crypto may be frozen and you may not be able to access it. So not your keys, not your coins. I like to say not your keys, not your cheese. But if you self-custody, then you're in the driver's seat and you have full control. The risk is that you lose your cold wallet, lose your keys or something where you put your coins onto an exchange to sell. Good point, Nate. Good argument there. Melda, let's go. Bitcoin price needs some positive ETF news. You know it's coming. We're only like 30 days out from the deadline, actually roughly 29 days. So it's right around the corner. Exodus is hackable. Yeah, I don't trust any of the hot wallets. Exodus would be one of the hot wallets for your computer. I know it's been around forever. I know you can store any crypto on it. People like it. How about this? If you're going to use a hot wallet, keep a very minimal amount of crypto on the hot wallet just for ease of use. If you're day-to-day using crypto, for example, you're in a city where it's normal, you go get a cup of coffee, you have an app, maybe keep a little bit of crypto on the hot wallet, makes a lot of sense. But you don't want to keep the bulk of your crypto on a hot wallet that can be hacked, would make no sense. So you should probably self-custody, put it away somewhere safe, and then just put enough on the hot wallet for your transactions so you can live. If you're currently living off of crypto. I know most of you probably aren't. You're still living off of fiat. You know what I mean? How's your third world island doing? Why do you refer to Puerto Rico as a third world island first and foremost? Because it's not. So I'm curious if you've been here before, let me know. Too old for an Australian with snow. Sorry, Melda. Yeah, some people can't deal with the cold. I'm one of them. I can't deal with cold. That's why I'm in Puerto Rico here personally. Tangem is open source and had the best encryption, uses 3 cards. Oh, good to note. Also, Jack Dorsey just launched his own, he's calling it the Rolls Royce of cold storage wallets. He just launched it, and you can look into that as well. We don't have to worry about cold wallets getting hacked until supercomputers start being the norm. Good point there, Roger. Electrum and seed phrase should be fine. No need for the hardware wallet, says Sanjay. Well, if you're a major holder, it would make sense. I mean, cold storage is now $60. So, I mean, what's the excuse not to put it in cold storage? You tell me. I have a Blockstream Jade and a Tangent wallet. Bitcoin splits 50-50 between the two. Good to note, family. Welcome, Hans. Keith Green, I have bought and sold dope there. Okay. That make it a third world country? Do they buy and sell dope in Chicago, in Miami, in New York? Tell me a state where they don't slang dope in the United States. Is that the definition of a third world country? You made it a third world country, dog. You're the one slanging the dope. You're the drug dealer. So what's up with that? Crypto, exciting times ahead for Bitcoin with the potential approval of Bitcoin ETFs by the SEC. We should see a broader audience driving FOMOing into the crypto investments. Word up. Jack, CIA, Glow, Fed Dorsey. Oh, word? Is he working with the CIA for real, for real? I haven't heard that one. Puerto Rico is a great place to live. Great people. Amen, Patrick. I second that. Supercomputers like the quantum qubits cannot hack Bitcoin. Yes, that's right. If they could, they would. And a very long time ago, they would start with Satoshi's wallets. They would just look up the wallets on the blockchain with the most Bitcoin, and they just instantly start being hacked. The fact that hasn't occurred, it means the supercomputer technology isn't quite sufficient to compete against the cryptography of Bitcoin. So long live Satoshi. Keith bringing the mood down with his, what? We're speaking about a price movement. Yeah, exactly, Hans. Love around rich people. They love what? Nah, definitely not jealous, just bidding. Okay. You're forgiven. Satoshi forgives you. Puerto Rico for the win, says Danny the Hooligan. Appreciate you guys. Yeah, next story of the day. We still got a lot to cover. Next up, we discussed the hated rally. Now let's discuss the latest from Brock Pierce, who is the creator of EOS. Now, interestingly, we haven't been hearing a lot about EOS. Back in the 2017 bull run, it was like on the radar of everyone. It was a top token, and I haven't heard much of it since. So let's hear the latest of his predictions, what's likely to happen. He was just on the news making some statements. Crypto billionaire and actor Brock Pierce, I believe he was in the Mighty Ducks when he was a child. He says the Bitcoin bulls run is likely underway, one that could see it reach new all-time highs, which we all know is a given. In an interview with CNBC, Pierce says that every time the top digital asset by market cap has a bull run, it blows the top off and sets a record in terms of the price, which is fact. Quoting him here, if you look at the historical cycles, you know when we eventually get into one of these real bull runs and this starts looking like a Christmas, came early, right? I think that this is the next bull run, and every time we find ourselves in one of those bull runs, we do find all-time highs. And if it usually happens, it blows the roof off. So is 150,000 per Bitcoin where we are going to end up? Easy peasy, big dog, just saying. I have no idea, but is this possible? Certainly. And it's also possible that we find ourselves falling again if we find another one of these terrible events. Pierce, the co-founder of Tether. Oh, wow. I didn't know he was a co-founder of Tether as well. Interesting. The biggest company in crypto goes on to say that during the last decade, U.S. regulators prevented many American investors from being able to accumulate wealth by continually rejecting spot market Bitcoin ETFs. He says an ETF approval is well overdue and is contributing to the current excitement around Bitcoin. Facts. Quoting him here, it has been attempted for a decade now, and he's correct. The first ETF app was submitted by the Winklevoss twins of the Gemini exchange, and ever since they've been getting denied and pushed back. Continuing here, if an ETF had been made available to the American people when Bitcoin was at $100 or $200, how much wealth could have been created for the American people? Preach. And you could only imagine where the Bitcoin price would be today, fam, because that means the entire world would have recognized Bitcoin as a legitimate asset class a decade ago. But clearly the regulators don't want that, right? He continues, the regulators in this instance prevented the American people from being the beneficiaries of this incredible period of wealth creation, and it ended up mostly in the hands of the internationals. He's telling truth here. And to watch this entire interview he did, check the show notes below the video in the description. I was also planning on doing a reacts to this video today on Rumble, but for some reason Rumble is down, so there's not going to be any after party from JV today on Rumble, unfortunately. And I can't do reacts on YouTube because I don't trust the platform. Any content shared on YouTube, I need to make sure is 100% created by me. I'm not willing to play other people's videos and react just because I know what YouTube can do. You know what I mean? Not really my friend at the end of the day. Nipsey coin for the win, says Alexander, right? So what are your thoughts on Brock Pierce's predictions? And are you in agreement that if we would have got this ETF for Bitcoin a spot back when we were trading at $100 or $200, we could have created the most successful American investment class of all history, creating an unbelievable amount of wealth for all of us. But unfortunately, it's not in the regulators or the powers that be or Wall Street or the central banking cartels' best interest. And so therefore, we don't have it. I want to buy that cap, JV. It's not for sale, big dog. I do have a merch store though. Check out merch.cryptonewsalerts.net. This hat, I think I just found it on Google. You can Google it. Just type in Bitcoin hat. You'll probably find it. Not hard to find. But on the merch shop, we have all items. We have phone cases. We have mouse pads. Like I use this HODL mouse pad. We have jerseys. We have t-shirts, long sleeve, hoodies, sweaters, you name it. So take advantage of it. It helps support the show. We appreciate it. Opinions on ICP. The Insane Clown Posse I stopped listening to them 20 years ago. No, I know you mean the internet protocol. I forget the name. Internet Computing Protocol. Is that the name of that one? Let me know. God bless you, Nipsey. I see you're sneezing out there, brother. You okay? Yes, the regulators will stall as long as possible. I mean, yeah, we know that. They've been stalling this entire time. Allowing futures, but not allowing spots. Wonder why. You know what I mean? Like, drop, and add in the middle of the live. Oh, word. Someone dropping ads? What are you talking about? If you want to see no ads on YouTube, I recommend their premium membership. I remember when I got mine, it was only $10. Best investment I ever made because I never have to watch an ad on YouTube. And my show is pretty ad free because I don't have any sponsors. So I don't promote anything currently. And I haven't promoted anything for a very long time. So where else are you going to get this? Straight pure news and just good content. Only problem with Tangem, it doesn't generate a new address every transaction like the Blockstream Jade. Good to note that. I like that feature. Trezor has that feature. Every time you generate a new receive address, it basically replaces it with a new address so people can't see how much you have in your wallet. So that's actually a good feature. So you might want to check out Blockstream Jade and Trezor. Did Jim Cramer approve the Motley Fool? It may be a stretch for him. 1,000 is bearish, right? Yeah, we're going to get to that here next. Forget Brock. How about the hottie who interviewed him? Premium YouTube it is. Yeah, if you don't like ads, just get the premium account. I also have the premium Rumble accounts, $10 a month. Never have to watch an ad. No brainer. I spend so much time on YouTube and Rumble. That's where I get all my content. I don't really watch TV at all. I don't have any cable. I don't watch Netflix or any of these networks with all the propaganda and programming. I trust YouTubers. Would like to see Charles Hoskinson in prison. Sell and Cardano finish, says Queenie. Word. Samuel, appreciate you subbing to the #1 Daily Bitcoin Pod. We're about to dive into our feature story of the day, be discussing Bitcoin hitting $1 trillion. Trillion. Now you got to keep in mind, fam, Bitcoin's already achieved $1 trillion. You got to remember, 2021, we hit probably 1.5 trillion because we're talking about the market cap, not the price. If you thought Bitcoin was going to hit $1 trillion in 2024 in price action, you've lost your mind. That's not happening. Yo, JV, Timmerman to load up, my dude. Let's go. Puerto Rico all day. Brooklyn, BK. Let's go. Both my parents are from Brooklyn. Shout out to Biggie. BlackRock and Larry Summers. Stay away, says Joey Sox. Right on. You know, BlackRock looking bullish as all hell. The same Larry Fink who once called Bitcoin an index for money laundering. Now he's saying, we're all in. ETF, let's go. And anything BlackRock wants, BlackRock gets. The BlackRock track record of getting ETFs approved is 575 to 1, meaning they're rarely ever told no by the SEC, giving them like a 99.99% chance to get this ETF approved. The deadline is actually January 10th, and the ETF analysts, the experts at Bloomberg, James Seyfarth and Eric Balchunas, give it a 90% chance of approval. And something else I like to throw out there, BlackRock is suggesting allocating 84.9% of your portfolio into Bitcoin. This is their recommended allocation strategy. They shared last year in their report, which I've covered here on the show. Shout out Ape Zone. I appreciate you subbing to the #1 Daily Bitcoin Pod. So let's go. Shout out to Festy and tell him to buy. I do premium, worth every dime, right, Lisa? Why do you want to watch ads? Unless you just like ads, then it's a different story. What's up from Puerto Rico, says Jose. Good to see you, Jose. Just give me Bitcoin and time, and we're good to go. Chris says, I hope no one is surprised if the SEC rugs the ETF in January. I say expect the unexpected. It can happen, family. You know what I mean? When they told no, I'm sure they get it approved eventually. BlackRock got 100%. Exactly. We will get the approval. Will it be in January? 90% chance, but there's also a 10% likelihood we don't. So you got to be prepared for all scenarios. In my humble opinion, if we don't get the approval by January 10th and they create some new loophole, Gary the Worm, which he's notorious for, the next deadline won't be till March. But either way, both of those deadlines are before the 2024 halving scheduled to take place in April of 2024. And let's not forget, that's 100% certainty going to happen as far as the halving. Does Bitcoin need the ETF to hit new all-time highs this cycle? Absolutely not. We've never had the institutions before, and we always add a zero typically at the end of the price action every new cycle. So we shall soon see. Shout out to RT. Walina Wise, I appreciate you subbing to #1 Daily Bitcoin Pod. Pull all of your money in encrypted ones and zeros in the cloud. Right on, guys. Free add blockchain is preferable. And Cardano to Bitcoin, says Cal, distributed computing is where it's at. Bitcoin is only a distributed cash register, according to Cal Pearson. J Bravo says Skeletor Gensler. I like that one. Skeletor, He-Man. Yeah, brings back memories. I'll suffer a few seconds of an ad before I pay YouTube supporting their restricted speech platform. I feel you, dog. It's a gift and a curse, YouTube, right? We're blessed and grateful to have a platform to all connect here, but at the same time, I understand your sentiment. ETF can get delayed again. Unfortunately, the truth is yes. The truth is they can continue to do anything they want because they make up the rules, but they have to answer to Congress, and there's a lot of pressure on the chairman, Mr. Gary the Worm, no Claire Gare, you know what I mean? Any opinion or info on AMP? I don't have any info on that, fam. I'm waiting to see what's happening with Qatar. Right, Tim? That's major. They're talking about a $500 billion sovereign wealth fund and converting that into Bitcoin, which can send us a God or Kaiser candle of $100,000 in a single day, which would take us parabolic to what, 150,000 virtually per coin. But anyways, fam, let's get to our featured story of the day and discuss a $1 trillion price prediction. No. Unfortunately, we're not talking about the price here, but we are talking about the market cap. So this is actually a bearish prediction because we all know it's a given. We're going to pass 1 trillion. We're already probably in the $800 billion territory. We're probably more likely to hit 3, 4, 5 trillion for the Bitcoin market cap this cycle. But let me know your thoughts, fam. Currently, the all-time high cycle peak is sitting just above 3 trillion. That's everything inside of crypto. And typically, Bitcoin keeps and maintains a 50% dominance. So that's why I said we've already breached a 1.5 trillion Bitcoin market cap. How high do you feel this market cap is likely to climb for this cycle? Let me know. We're going to be discussing that here. And we're also going to discuss what will the price likely be after the Bitcoin ETF and the halving. I got some very bullish predictions, of course, to share with you. So first and foremost, is there a better environment right now for Bitcoin? Well, we know the current situation. We know there are ETFs looming, 90% chance of being approved, according to the top ETF experts. You know what I mean? Like I mentioned a little earlier of Bloomberg. And then we also know the halving is right around the corner. Now, the recent price action might also be a direct result of optimism building for the Bitcoin ETF to finally hit the market. We got BlackRock, the world's largest asset manager. We also have Fidelity, Ark Invest, Invesco, WisdomTree, amongst others. In fact, there's actually 13 of them right now waiting to be approved on the desk of Gary Gensler. So there's certainly a lot of anticipation for this. Spot ETFs would essentially legitimize Bitcoin in the financial services industry, where everyone will be able to recognize it as an asset class, which is one of the factors that Michael Saylor believes will take the Bitcoin price to $5 million per coin. Now, we have seen inflation start to come down in recent months as the Fed Reserve. This could be viewed as a clear signal that its effort to curb rising prices across the economy by aggressively hiking interest rates is working. This could prompt the central bank to cut rates sometime in 2024, which is also another bullish catalyst, which we discussed a little earlier on the show. Now, this is a great environment for Bitcoin to shine. And I mean, we've been having a hell of a year. The market cap is roughly 817 billion right now. And like I said, we're likely to see a multi-trillion-dollar Bitcoin market cap for this cycle. So a $1 trillion market cap is very, very conservative. And thinking of long-term, I actually want to switch over to this article. Bitcoin, the world's first and most well-known crypto, has been on a roller coaster ride since its inception, but everyone's asking, what will the price likely be after the halving, as well as after the ETFs finally get the approval? So here are some predictions. Number one, increased institutional investment. One common prediction from all the top investors is that the introduction of the Bitcoin ETF will lead to a surge of institutional investment, and currently they're sitting on 25 trillion in assets under management just from the handful of the ETFs waiting to be approved by the SEC. And we also have Mike Novogratz, founder of Galaxy Digital, predicting the introduction of the Bitcoin ETF, opening a floodgate for institutional investment, which we all know to be true. He believes this will drive up the demand for Bitcoin and in turn push the price action higher. He expects to see Bitcoin's price reach a new all-time high in the post-ETF era. Now, according to some of the major influencers in crypto, Cathie Wood of Ark Invest is predicting a $1 million Bitcoin price by the year 2030. In fact, her bull scenario is 1.48 million per coin. Her bear scenario is roughly 260 or 280,000 per coin. And then she has her base case, which is also above 650,000 per BTC. We have Novogratz predicting $500,000 super cycle for this cycle peak, which is another clearly bullish sentiment. Let's look here on X so we can see the whole tweet. Tim Draper, the billionaire venture capitalist, is predicting 250,000 this cycle for the King Crypto. Standard Chartered, which is a major bank, the primary shareholder of this bank, believe it or not, is BlackRock. They're predicting 120,000 target as well. We have Dan Moorhead's company, Pantera Capital, predicting 148,000 per Bitcoin. We have Tom Lee predicting 180,000. Kiyosaki, I've seen predictions from 100,000 as high as $1 million per coin. Adam Back actually made a bet that the Bitcoin price will hit, what do you say, $100,000 by March 31st, and he actually bet some Bitcoin on this. And then we have Arthur Hayes, the BitMEX founder. He believes Bitcoin can soar to $1 million as well. I don't know why it only says 70,000 right here. And JP Morgan, Jamie the Tapeworm Diamond, we shouldn't even cover them any longer. But considering all these predictions, here's a fun fact. The Bitcoin price on average, according to all of these, including the 45,000 low from JP Morgan, would be roughly $265,500 per Bitcoin. Let me know if you agree or disagree with some of these predictions. And now I have some more for you. Prediction number 2, supply scarcity post-halving. Bitcoin halving events occur every 4 years, reducing the number of new Bitcoins generated through mining. The most recent halving took place in 2020. How many of you witnessed that halving in 2020? Let me know. And the next one is expected, which we know in 4 months out in 2024. This reduction in supply typically leads to the higher prices, the increased scarcity, making Bitcoin more attractive to investors. Now, Tim Draper believes the Bitcoin price will surge in the aftermath of the 2024 halving. Draper predicts Bitcoin can reach 250,000 or even 300,000 per coin post-halving as the supply shortage intensifies. This prediction is based on historical patterns observed after previous halving events, which have consistently driven up the price of BTC. The next prediction, enhanced regulatory clarity. Regulatory uncertainty has been a significant obstacle for Bitcoin. You can thank Gary Gensler for that. As governments and regulators around the world grapple with how to classify and regulate these digital assets, it has created uncertainty in the market, and the introduction of a Bitcoin ETF could potentially lead to greater regulatory clarity, as the ETF would need to comply with established financial regulations. So come on, Gary. And Paul Tudor Jones, the billionaire legendary investor, believes that the approval of the Bitcoin ETF will pave the way for more regulated and secure crypto market. He predicts that this enhanced regulatory environment will attract more conservative investors and in turn drive up the price of Bitcoin. Now, regulatory clarity is often seen as a positive development in the crypto space, as it reduces the risks of sudden regulatory crackdowns. And I have some more predictions to share with you here from the major institutions, the people with all the money now. Here are some of Bitcoin's price predictions if the ETF applications are approved. We have Skybridge Capital, that's Anthony Scaramucci's company, predicting a $150,000 to $250,000 Bitcoin price. We have Fundstrat, which I believe is Thomas Lee's company, predicting 150,000 Bitcoin target. We have Morgan Creek Capital, I believe that's Pompliano's company, predicting 150,000. We got Standard Chartered, again, the primary shareholder of this institution and banking giant is actually BlackRock. In fact, BlackRock owns a piece of over 80% of the companies in the S&P 500, which means they have their hands in virtually everything, including MicroStrategy, family. Some of you didn't know that. Crypto Quant's projecting 73,000. We have Matrixport. I don't know why this prediction is so low, because when I covered Matrixport, they say 100% certainty of the ETF being approved. But nonetheless, here's just a glimpse of some of the predictions from the top asset managers in the world. Now, prediction number 4, Bitcoin becoming a global reserve asset. Institutional investors have traditionally relied on assets like gold and government bonds as safe havens and reserve assets. However, the top investors believe that Bitcoin may emerge as the global reserve asset in the future, alongside or even surpassing traditional options. Now, the macro guru, Raoul Pal, predicts Bitcoin could become the world's reserve currency within the next decade. Now, theoretically speaking, family watching right now, where do you think that would take the Bitcoin price if Bitcoin was deemed a world reserve currency? Let me know, family. Now, for the next prediction, increased adoption and integration. One of the common themes amongst investors is the belief that Bitcoin's adoption and integration into everyday financial systems will only continue to grow. That's right, we're only just getting started. The global financial landscape is evolving rapidly, and cryptos are increasingly becoming a part of this transformation. Now, Cathie Wood, the founder of Ark Invest and prominent advocate for disruptive tech, sees a bright future for Bitcoin. Wood believes that Bitcoin's integration into the traditional financial system, including the use of blockchain tech in various industries, will only drive up the price. She predicts that Bitcoin will have become a mainstream asset class with broader acceptance in the years to come, leading to significant price appreciation. And as pointed out here, let's check out the peak price of Bitcoin every year since 2015. So this is over the past 8 years. In 2015, we peaked at $465. In 2016, the year of the halving, we peaked at $977. But pay attention to the year after the halvings, fam. 2017, the year after the 2016 halving, we shot up from $977 to 19,665, virtually 20 G's. Then in 2018, it was the year of the bear. It was 18,344. Another year of the bear in 2019, 12,996. Then the year of the halving in 2020, we shot up to 28,837. Now again, pay attention to the year preceding the halving, which is in 2021. We shot up from 28,000 the previous year to 69,000 virtually on some of the top exchanges, which is currently the all-time high. And in 2022, year of the bear, we dropped to 47,816. And now this year, year to date, we're now up, I think we almost hit 45,000 already, just shy, maybe by $250. So what's your prediction for Bitcoin's peak price this year in 2023, the high right now is virtually on the cusp of 45. Do you think we could potentially eclipse 50? Or do you think we'll hang out in the 40 range? Do you think we'll visit sub 40? Let me know your thoughts in the comments right down below. I appreciate that. So conclusion, the predictions provided by some of the world's best investors paint a promising picture of the future of the Bitcoin price after the introduction of the Bitcoin ETF and the 2024 halving event. Increased institutional investment, supply and scarcity, enhanced regulatory clarity, and the potential for Bitcoin to become a global reserve asset, and the growing adoption and integration into the financial systems all suggest a bullish outlook for Bitcoin. So there you have it, my crypto fam. Let me know your predictions, and I'll read as many of them out loud as I possibly can as we enter our Q&A segment of the live show. Juan Romero says, I want to see 52 Gs before the end of the year, right, fam? Daniel, what's your opinions on the Internet Computer Protocol? I don't have much insights on it, or I'd be happy to share that with you. Daniel, if anyone else has insights they'd like to share, I'm happy to read the comment out loud. We are going to zero. I am out. We just got another downtime hack. Just kidding. We get you. We get you, Matt. Doesn't matter if ETFs are approved this time or not. Having a loan will take us to 180. I with you on that. So yeah, I look at the ETF as just icing on the cake. Bitcoin's still going to do what it does, just from the halving alone, in my humble opinion. Market cap 200 billion away. Exactly. We're going to surpass $1 trillion easy peasy. First quarter of 2024 is my prediction. When do you think we surpass $1 trillion Bitcoin market cap? Let me know. JVU, you and your audience know more than this article. Most of Motley Fool's articles live up to the full name. That is true, track you too. There wasn't much really breaking news today, so it's the best I can find to kind of get you guys thinking, because you probably read that headline as I did. I clicked on it, and I'm like, who would predict $1 trillion in 20? Then I'm like, oh, stupid me. We're talking about market cap, clearly. We're not talking about the price. So, hey, you got to do what you got to do. $100,000 Bitcoin, let's get it, baby. Let's go. It did 300 billion in the last few months, dude. Exactly. So that's why I'm saying today's prediction is one of the most bearish predictions I have ever shared on Crypto News Alerts. A bullish prediction would have been 25 trillion. right? Or 20 trillion or something like that. We all know 1 trillion is a given. JV is the king. I appreciate that, Will. Much love. So yeah, there's no telling how high we climb this cycle it's on. Hey, Rumble's back up. Well, that's good news, but I already started the live, so it takes me time to actually set it up before I go live. So there's not going to be any after party today because Rumble was down all freaking day. But good news, it's back. So tomorrow we'll continue because I already have the show lined up in my soundboard and my smart pads. We're going to be doing some JV React sessions and all that fun stuff. So good to note. Thank you, Casey. Nigel, BTC, let's go. But I'm going to hang out extra long here. Instead of switching over to Rumble, we'll just hang out a little extra on YouTube for you guys. How's that sound? JV, what up? Thoughts on HELOC loan to purchase Bitcoin after the Fed drops rates? Well, be very careful. You know, if you're in a position to pay back the loan, to me, it's a no-brainer. But if you're in a position where you can't pay back the loan, then I would, second guess that. So it all depends. I'm all for OPM. OPM stands for other people's money. When I got into Bitcoin in 2017, I didn't use JV money. I said, I'm going to use as much as the bank's money as possible. My bank at the time being, was it Wells Fargo? It may have been Wells Fargo. I lose track of these banks. But nonetheless, I used all of the bank's money to borrow as much as I could. I borrowed a lot and I just purchased Bitcoin. And in my mind, because I was still new to Bitcoin, I just discovered it. I said, if this investment fails, at least I didn't lose any of my own money. It's the bank's money. So if you're in a position to borrow money, just granted you're in a position to pay it back, right? Then it may be a good idea to do the same thing, but that's a decision you have to make for yourself. I believe the long-term trajectory of Bitcoin is up. So if you're able to get a loan and purchase Bitcoin with that loan, and you're able to pay back the loan without any consequences, and you're planning on hodling your Bitcoin for at least 4 years, or maybe even 2 cycles, 8 years, to me, that's a no-brainer. Like, no questions asked, I would be all in on that. But you got to make that decision for yourself. There's always risk factors with borrowing money. So the key, can I pay it back? If you're unable to pay it back and you're dependent upon Bitcoin gains to pay it back, I would also question that. You want to be in a position where you have the income steady to pay back the loan so you don't get yourself in a bad financial predicament with your credit. Y'all know how that works, right? Lambo is 2019. There you go. Koizengeg or Bugatti? Hey, Bugatti. I like it. Ain't that the most expensive car? I'm not familiar with the other one. I know some Bugattis are 5 mil, easy. When Cybertruck, there you go, Joel. AVAX, not bucking at all. Now, I promised earlier that I would share some insights with Puerto Rico. So if you guys still want to hear that, let me know. I'll share some of the advantages of living out here. What up, Creeper? Happy HODL Day, fam. Is it HODL Day? Every day, each and every day. It's Stack Sat Day, too. Stack and Sat Monday. Yeah, so I relocated out here from Clearwater, Florida, back in freaking, what year was that? The year after 2017, so 2018. So I experienced my first year in crypto, 2017, bought my first Bitcoin for 15 hundo using other people's money. And I bought some Bitcoin, and then I relocated to Puerto Rico in 2018 because I discovered some of the tax advantages of being out here. So here are some of the tax advantages. Number one, 0 capital income gains tax. Or am I saying that right? Capital gains income tax, right? 0 capital gains income tax in Puerto Rico if you qualify under Act 60. So you got to qualify, and one of the caveats, you actually have to make Puerto Rico your primary residence, meaning you must actually spend physically 183 days on the island. If you're not going to spend 183 days on the island, you're not going to be qualified to relocate here and take advantage of 0 capital gains and income tax. Now, how does this work? I got to explain because it's important. It doesn't mean you bought Bitcoin 10 years ago, in in 2013, and then you can just move to Puerto Rico, get your Act 60, make this your primary residence, and then start selling your stash from 2012 or 2013 and pay no capital income gains tax. How it works is you make this your primary residence, then all the crypto you buy from the time this becomes your primary residence, then you sell in the future, 0 capital gains tax. So I want to make that very clear. Does that make sense first and foremost? Because that's one of the big benefits of why they consider Puerto Rico the crypto mecca of the United States, because you don't need a passport, you don't need to denounce your citizenship, and you can be a US citizen, come out here and basically enjoy those benefits. So hypothetically speaking, let's say you move to Puerto Rico this year in, what year are we in? 2023 before 2024. And let's say you decide to buy 10 Bitcoin. over the course of the next year. And then 10 years from now, you decide to cash in some of that Bitcoin and purchase your dream home, a Lambo, whatever car you want, etc. Zero capital gains tax. That's the power of zero capital gains tax. Not only is it crypto, it's all investments. A lot of real estate investors and investors like to move here as well because you can take advantage of those benefits if you get your Act 60 and you make this your primary residence. Loud and clear, you understand? Second benefit. There is zero federal income taxes on your income if you're an entrepreneur running a business. And again, you got to get approved for this and you have to make this your primary residence. If you get approved under Act 60 and this becomes your primary residence, well, guess what? You can then benefit from that. So a mathematical example, hypothetically speaking, let's say you're an entrepreneur, you run your own business in the States, you're currently paying maybe, let's just say you pay 30% taxes at the end of the year on all of your net income. So hypothetically speaking, you make $1 million in a year, you're responsible for paying $300,000 to the government via federal income taxes. Difference with Puerto Rico, there is zero federal income taxes if you get approved and make this your primary residence. Instead, you pay a 4% local corporate income tax. So instead of JV paying federal income taxes, which would surpass 30% as what I would pay in Florida, only have to pay 4% corporate tax. So for every $1 million profit, what that looks like is only $40,000. So as a business owner, it makes a lot of sense here, you know what I mean, as well. Those are the two tax major incentives of Puerto Rico. And again, doesn't require a passport, doesn't require you to denounce your citizenship or get a new citizenship, doesn't require $1 million thing here. You do got to make some donations every year, but everything is minuscule if you look at the bigger picture. Let me know if that makes sense, family. What do you think about XRP? I think XRP is a bridge currency for the elite to usher in their central bank digital currencies, and I don't support anything, especially our oppressors. I only support Bitcoin because Bitcoin is freedom and Bitcoin is the antidote to the CBDCs and the slavery which they're trying to indoctrinate us and keep us in. You know what I mean? So Bitcoin is the escape valve or the escape hatch. If you use Bitcoin as a payment, is there a capital gains tax? That's a good question. I may not have the answer for that. You're referring to in Puerto Rico? You wouldn't pay capital gains tax in Puerto Rico if you're approved for anything. You can use Bitcoin or crypto for anything. As far as payments where you live, I don't know because I don't know your tax laws and where you live. I need Bitcoin to moon hard now, says Fair Alert. Right? I bet you half of you right now are like, Bitcoin moon, and the other half of you are like, please keep crashing. I want to buy more. How many of you can relate? Malalo. What's Malalo? Puerto Rico will close soon the borders. I don't know why you say that, George. Is something going on I don't know about? Go to Puerto Rico now before it goes parabolic, says Roger. Now, remember, Brock Pierce relocated to Puerto Rico. Logan Paul, Jake Paul, Ricky Martin, Peter Schiff. I know just some random names I'm throwing out there, but all of these guys have come to Puerto Rico to take advantage of these rules as well. If you buy coffee with Bitcoin, yes, you're supposed to keep track of your Bitcoin spends and add it to your taxes. Sherry Young or Cherry Young, welcome family. How you doing? Project Mott, yes. Now that they control the Binance and Coinbase, the golden boy of the big players, what's your opinion on Coinbase stock price? I'm not a stock guy, so it's not my language, but I'm bullish on Coinbase simply because all the major institutions, including BlackRock, the world's largest, all name them as the custodian. So if they're all using Coinbase as the custodian, clearly Coinbase isn't going anywhere and Coinbase is here to stay. So I am very bullish on Coinbase as a whole for that reason. Thank you for being honest. Ledger is terrible. You're welcome, Gus. Turbo. Turbo what? Turbo price action, dog? Do all the people in Puerto Rico talk like you and then giggle? Do I giggle? Like that? What do you mean? No, I have a very rare accent. Keep this in mind. Born in New York, my parents are 100% Italian. They speak very loud, way louder than JV, and they're both from Brooklyn. Strong Brooklyn accents, the strongest of the strongest, like a stereotypical Italian from Brooklyn is how my parents speak. So at age 8, we relocated to California, completely different accent than New York. And then I lived in Florida. I've lived in China. I've lived all over the world. So I have a very unique accent. I don't think anyone else in Puerto Rico sounds quite like JV because no one has walked in my shoes. I have a very diverse upbringing, to say the least. Don't sell your Bitcoin to BlackRock. The snakes are up to snake tricks. Well said, Matthew. Get them, JV. Appreciate you, Michael. Corporate, not LLC, says Roger. Is the exit valve El Salvador? I think El Salvador is probably one of the best options out there, but you have to get citizenship to take advantage of it. Max shared a life hack. I covered this in yesterday's show. If you don't want to pay the $1 million, you know what I mean, to get your visa in El Salvador, use the life hack. It'll only cost you $90 a month, or I mean, $90 a year. So where there is a will, there is a way. Now, clearly El Salvador is a great option, but I don't know how that works if you're already a citizen in the United States. I don't know if that means you need a second citizenship or if you need to denounce your citizenship. The big difference with Puerto Rico, you don't have to touch your citizenship. It's the same. You're still a United States citizen. You don't need a new citizenship. You don't need to denounce your current citizenship. You don't even need a passport. Clearly, El Salvador, you'll need a passport and you'll need to probably work towards getting your visa some way, somehow to stay there. You know what I mean? Cheers from Lisbon, Portugal. Shout out to Portugal. How are the tax laws out there? Some people tell me that it's like on the low, but there's zero capital gains tax there as well. People tell me zero crypto taxes. People were telling me this at the last event I went to at the Bitcoin Miami conference. I met some people who were living in Portugal, and they're like, this is a big secret. Nobody knows this, but we don't pay taxes here. I'm like, are you kidding me? I'm like, in Puerto Rico, we pay 4%. Then he kept rubbing it in my face. We pay, and he was drunk. We were at a party. This was the BlockFi party. I remember being there, and he just kept saying, we pay zero. And he kept rubbing it in my face. You pay 4%, sucker. We pay zero. And I'm just like, oh, this guy's too lit. I'll never forget that. It was pretty crazy. JV, let me hear your Chinese. Man. Hen Gao Xing Jian Dao Ni. Let me know if you guys understand that. What is wrong with Ledger wallets? Well, number one, there's a backdoor in which the creators of the wallet admitted to, and they said if the government requests the backdoor access, they'd have to give it to them. So that's alarming. They're in cahoots with the government, number one. Number two, it's not open source. So that's why we say alternative, same price, get a Trezor. It's open source and there's no backdoor. You know what I mean? Crypto is considered invisible, non-existent. There you go. Ledger sends a bunch of your wallet metadata to third parties. That's a problem. That is a problem. My dude, what up, J Digital? I tuned in late. BlackRock really said 1 trillion in 2024. Bro, no way. Yeah, so for some clarity, it's a little bit of a misleading title, I'll be honest, because we're talking about market cap. It's a given. We knew Bitcoin was going to hit 1 trillion. It's already surpassed 1.5 trillion. Not price. So I want to be clear. I think everyone would agree here that Bitcoin will undoubtedly hit $1 trillion market cap in 2024. So thank you for tuning in. Market cap. I got tricked too. I read the article from, that's the reason I clicked on the article from Motley Fool. I'm like, what? And then, yeah, lo and behold. So now you know. And there was no better articles to feature as the main story, just keeping it real. Invest now. I think it's a great time to invest. Bitcoin's down almost $3,000 on the day. If you're in it for the long haul, it's a great time to invest because we know where the long-term price is going to take us. If you're looking for get rich quick, nah, this is not for you then. Trezor, hands up. Let's go. What you say, Eric says. Invest now. No visa as well in, say, Chile's. Right on. Got some options out there, fam. And we do have a Discord. If you guys aren't a part of it, make sure to join the Discord. It's lit. Backdoor is for noobs, not governments. But they will provide the keys if the government comes a calling. Only the original Nano S doesn't have it. Not enough physical mem for the code. Good to note. Memory. Okay. What about Coinbase? Coinbase clearly being the #1 crypto exchange in the US. In Portugal, we also have the first beach bar with Bitcoin payment in Lagos. Oh, word. I'm going to have to visit Portugal. Are you in Portugal as well, Digital? Do you live there? Did you relocate there? Are you from there? Let me know. Greetings from Zurich, Switzerland. Oh, shout out Switzerland. What do you think about Litecoin? Thanks, man. I don't have too many thoughts on it. I know it's been around forever. I know it's one of the OG coins. I don't have nothing bad to say about it. And typically, it moons after the halving, but interesting, this year it didn't moon after the halving, so I don't know what to expect. You know what I mean? Anytime is good to stack because Bitcoin's going up forever, Laura. Thank you, Melda. Quoting the great Michael Saylor. Bitcoin Rico, let's go. What up, Juan Romero? You're also in Puerto Rico, brother? That's what's up. Just in this stream, Bitcoin went from lower 40 to 41. There you go. And we're continuing to pump because JV is live. Just imagine what would happen if we were on Rumble right now. 44. I'm saying either way, the supply is getting lower and lower and lower and lower. That's a fact. In Portuguese, Bam Bam Bar and Algarve. Right on, guys. So you guys are out in Portugal right now? Do some math, though. A Bitcoin is used for covering global assets based at nearing 3 quadrillion, using the 2 quadrillion at 21 million Bitcoin. We're over 100 million per coin. Well, I've heard Michael Saylor make a bullish prediction that Bitcoin can hit $1 million per coin. And I think as a result, the US dollar will effectively lose 99.9% of its purchasing power. And when I asked Saylor, I'm like, what's your favorite, your second favorite cryptocurrency? Here's what Michael Saylor had to say.
Which one's the best crypto asset? Well, Bitcoin's the best crypto asset. Okay, what's the second best? There is no second best.
Let me know if you agree with Saylor.
There's no second best crypto asset. There's a crypto asset. It's called Bitcoin, right? Right? There's no second best.
Let me know if you agree. We're so bullish. Amen. I wish now I live in Los Angeles. Oh, okay, you in LA. But am from Bitcoin country. Oh, snap. You're from El Salvador and you're not there. Are you planning on relocating back? What are your thoughts? What do you think with Bukele? What do the people of El Salvador think? Because all the headlines and all the FUD is that no one likes Bukele. They're against him. But obviously, we know that's all FUD. People love Bukele. He has the highest presidential approval rating I've ever seen. According to Max, over 90%. The Saylor imitation made me for real. I'm glad, Tony. There is no second best. There's no second best. Saylor's the man.
Okay, but take all your money, buy Bitcoin.
Okay, financial advice from Michael Saylor, not JV.
Then take all your time, figure out how to borrow more money to buy more Bitcoin.
Now we're talking, Michael.
Then take all your time and figure out what you can sell to buy Bitcoin. And if you absolutely love the thing that you don't want to sell it, go mortgage your house and buy Bitcoin with.
You heard it direct from Saylor. I mean, the guy's up $2 billion, for Christ's sake, on his Bitcoin position. Maybe knows what he's talking about. What do you think?
And if you've got a business that you love because your family works for the business, it's in your family for 37 years, and you can't bear to sell it, mortgage it, finance it, and convert the proceeds into the hardest money on earth, which is Bitcoin.
Amen, Michael. I'm going to have to agree with that sentiment. You heard it first from Michael Saylor, the founder of MicroStrategy, the first publicly traded company to put Bitcoin on the balance sheet. So on Rumble, we do a lot more cool stuff like this. I play clips, we react to it, we watch videos, we react to it. It's lit, it's uncensored, but today Rumble was down, so we didn't get to set it up before the show. But tomorrow we'll be back on Rumble. So today, to make up for it, we're just going to stick around extra time here on the tube. Preach, Saylor. Appreciate you guys. I love it. And many of my family members believe in him. I'm getting my Salvadoran passport ASAP. Love to hear that, Juan. Good stuff. I can't wait to visit personally. Sorry, if had his cash, I'd agree. But since I don't, I need a coin that will go up exponentially against Bitcoin like it has for, he has 1,000 Bitcoin. I want 1 million XRP, says a Dexter. Sell your wife and kids, says Casey. Mortgage your house now, everyone. Well, that was Michael Saylor's advice. I just want to be clear on that. I'm not telling anyone to mortgage their house, but according to Saylor, you should. Sell your blood, says Casey. Maybe we should. Who knows?
Bitcoin. What's the second best? There is no second best.
There's no second best. I mean, you heard it there first. Yeah, that's incorrect about the ledger, says Roger. Let's see what he says. The company claims there is no backdoor on its devices and that it is an entirely opt-in service. Well, that is correct. That means its users don't opt in. So if you don't opt into the feature they're talking about, then there would be no back door, so they claim. But just the fact there is a back door if you opt into the feature, I think is very sus to a lot of people using the wallet. So a lot of people, especially Bitcoiners, we kind of lost trust when they came out openly discussing it. But you are right, Roger. So I'm glad you clarified that. So that's a service. They launched a feature. I don't even recall the name of the feature. And if you opted into that feature, something to do with putting your private keys, protecting it further, but there's a backdoor to that. So why use that particular feature is the point. Hopium without withdrawal crazy, right? But the code is there regardless. Thanks. Yeah, there you go. Coming from Tony. Back to Sailor.
There's no second best crypto asset. It isn't slightly different. Bitcoin. Bitcoin. Bitcoin.
Bitcoin, Bitcoin, Bitcoin. What up, Ray? Still sleeping on the AVAX ecosystem. Benchi to exact, could be making a ton of money. Third day straight trying to share this. Well, feel free to share it every day, fam. I appreciate you tuning in. I'm wishing you much success with your investments there and everyone else as well. No hating here, fam. Funny you said that. I sold my home, moved with high school buddy, got no bills. That's what I did. Word up. Do what it do. Those people who sold gave the soundest money to BlackRock and their private friends. Yeah, that is real though. And once BlackRock has your Bitcoin, they're never departing with it. You have all these asset managers looking to mass accumulate. They're looking to do so for the rest of your life, right? I did the HELOC thing. Sailor would approve, says Earl Harris. Didn't freaking Sailor, he talks about borrowing $1 billion at practically a 0% interest. And then he just bought Bitcoin with it. So that's the master play. That's what I was telling you I virtually did on a small scale when I got into crypto. What up, Ross Cunningham? I borrowed as much money from the banks using OPM, other people's money, and I just used the bank's money to buy the Bitcoin. And so he is saying, go get as much money from the bank as you can. I mean, clearly we're no Michael Saylor. We don't have billion-dollar company to get 0% loans, but nonetheless, that's what he did. He said he borrowed $1 billion at effectively a 0% interest. I don't know if he's exaggerating and it was really 1.9% and he was trying to make a point and said 0%. But nonetheless, in an interview, he said he borrowed $1 billion because I transcribed that interview and made an X post about it. And we've covered it on the show multiple times. He said, I borrowed $1 billion at 0% interest and I bought Bitcoin. And I'm like, if we could all do that, oh my God. How much Bitcoin would you buy? As much as money they'd be willing to give you, right? If the bank said, yo, here's $1 million, what are you going to do with that money? I would buy Bitcoin 100%, right? Give me $1 billion, I'd buy as much Bitcoin as I possibly can. That's just me. What do you guys think? Now $1 trillion look like the typical cycle voices again. Well, we got to keep it real, David. Trillion, I didn't specify price. It doesn't say price. It doesn't say per coin. It just says Bitcoin will hit $1 trillion. And that's factual because there's a 99% probability we hit $1 trillion in 2024. $1 trillion market cap. So don't read a book by its cover. Sometimes you got to watch the show to understand the context and the content. There you go. The banks are going to look at you and me asking for a bunch of money, unlike Sailor. Exactly. They'll be like, where's your collateral? In one of 3 vids years ago, Grayscale was buying up Bitcoin even back then to pay attention people and become wealthy. Yeah, Fidelity as well. I think they've been buying Bitcoin since 2014. So all these major institutions, including BlackRock, probably have been buying behind the scenes. They've been purchasing Bitcoin miners. You know what I mean? They own a big portion of MicroStrategy. Last I heard, 8 or 9%. So BlackRock has their hands on everything. They own all the real estate. Now they're coming for your Bitcoin. They're coming for your Ethereum. The banks have no money. Success. Yeah, the banks suck. How are you going to even borrow money from the banks, right? If they have none. How low do you think Bitcoin will fall? I think this is about it. I don't think we drop sub 40. Can I be wrong? Yeah. I'd say 60% probability. 40 is the bottom. We don't go lower. But there's a 40% chance we can drop to 38. In my humble opinion, I think 38 could be the correction bottom, or we can just start marching back north. We already corrected 3,300 and we're already building back up. So keep that in mind. Nobody knows. Short-term volatility is expected because volatility equals life force, and there is a strong force when it comes to Bitcoin. But not everybody is blessed enough to know these things yet. Mass adoption is coming. Good point, Melda. Appreciate you, Matthew. Rolly, thanks for subbing to #1 Daily Bitcoin Pod. Appreciate you, fam. Shackle Ahmed, what it do, family? Sad. Oh, sat a buy to 29 just in case. Oh, 29. Ugh. I don't know about all that. I think 39 is more reasonable on that one. But yeah, hopefully for your sake, you're able to take advantage of it. Thinking about canceling my 38.7 buy orders and hopping on Bitcoin now. Might just spin the wheel. Bob Sheep, I would probably do exactly what you just said. If I was looking to buy, I probably wouldn't be waiting. I would just buy. You know what I mean? What up, Bob Sheep? I just did that, says Mark P. So I think we're all on the same page here. What up, Arvon? Graham, appreciate you. Shout out to all the HODL gang, everyone with a star badge next to your name. That means you're a paid membership of the channel. We just crossed 200 paid memberships as of yesterday. That's a pretty big deal. We just launched memberships 1 week ago, and I would guesstimate that 150 of the 200 memberships were gifted by very kind people on the channel, blessing people like we've been seeing all throughout the week. People like, yo, here's 10 free memberships. You've been gifted. You have been blessed. It's been pretty lit. So I just want to say thank you to everyone supporting the channel. We're trying to get to 100,000 subs, and each and every sub counts. So appreciate you guys. What do you have to say about Solana? Well, a lot of people are very bullish on it. I read some predictions yesterday in the show. Someone, I forgot who it was, but they were predicting Solana to become a top 3 crypto in 2024. I kind of took a step back from Solana because it was considered one of Sam Coin's, talking about Scam Bankman-Fried, the founder of FTX. And I feel he was heavily manipulating that. And but I understand the potential, the blockchain. I know there's a new decentralized meme coin that has the Doge looking dog on it called Bonk, and there's a bunch of influencers already pushing it. So I wouldn't be surprised, you know what I mean? It does well, but I'm not a holder of it. I used to have a very small stash of it previous cycle, and I dumped it all for Bitcoin. Yeah. So that's how I feel about it. Sell everything. Word. Wait, what'd you say, Sailor?
Right, Bitcoin's a bank in cyberspace.
Of course.
Everybody. And that's the only strategy.
The only strategy.
And at the end of the day, you can tell everybody to go
F themselves.
fuck themselves. You can put it in your head, memorize the freaking key, blah, blah, blah. Oh, yeah, my Bitcoin, I lost it in a boating accident.
Remember? Tax that. Sailor's classic. Memes for days. XRP would be the next top 3, says Jaws. I mean, it can be, especially it being adopted as the official bridge currency for the central bank digital currency, which we know is coming down the pipeline. But there's a lot, you know, there's Tether. You got to fight and battle as well. Tether's a top coin. What else we got there? Ethereum, clearly the second largest crypto. Is Tether third right now? I'm assuming. Let me check out CoinMarketCap real quick. Let's check it out. See what the top ones are. Yeah, so Bitcoin sitting at 800 billion market cap. Ether sitting at 600 or 264. And then we have Tether at 90 billion. And then BNB is 3 times below Tether at only 30 billion. So Tether's 3 times bigger than the 4th competitor right now. And then we have XRP right at BNB's level, roughly 33 billion. So it looks like XRP will probably flip BNB, especially with all the drama going on with Binance. I don't know if they're going to flip Tether here soon, maybe down the pipe. Who knows? It all depends upon Tether and their adoption, but Tether is strong. Let's not forget they're the largest stablecoin in the world. Then below XRP, we have Solana. So Solana, XRP, and BNB are all battling right now within a $6 billion range. So expect that to fluctuate. And then below Solana, we have USDC, which is currently the 7th biggest, followed by Cardano, sitting at 19 billion, followed by Dogecoin at 13 billion, followed by Avalanche at roughly $14 billion, followed by Tron at number 11 with just roughly $9 billion. So there you go. What's your ideas on Bitcoin Cash? I've never been a fan of it. I just look at the charts. It shows you Bitcoin versus BCH, and BCH is trending towards 0 against Bitcoin. I do believe that. I think Bitcoin is the real Bitcoin, and Bitcoin Cash clearly a fork by Roger Ver, and not many people have been using Bitcoin Cash. Not a lot of talk about it either. I know in other countries it's probably more popular, maybe in Japan and places like this, but I don't hear too much talk about it personally here in the States. what I mean? What do you guys think? I feel sorry for the long-term shorts, right? What up, Chuck? I feel altcoins are way too volatile and time-consuming. Bitcoin only 100%. I feel you, Aaron. I feel you, dog. I feel you. I appreciate the insights. Someone asked what wallet you suggest. I think we talked about this a few times. Was it the Jade Blockstream is highly recommended. The Trezor we highly recommend. Elipal was another one people recommend. So those are three you can start your search on. Triple OG blockchain in the house. What it do, family? I appreciate you tuning in, fam. Bitcoin is pumping back. You know how we do. Let's get it. You already know. So let's pump it up. You know what I mean? Crypto Creeper. I lost a bunch of Doge the same way back in the day, but it was a good lesson learned. Right on, Melda. Altcoins are like a casino. I notice altcoin guys marry their coins and put a lot of emotions in it. For real, for real. That's a given. Hey, JV, did you hear what Argentina president did on his first day? He eliminated 9 of the 18 government officials. I like that. Ron Paul style. Trump needs to do the same in America. I mean, that'd be fantastic. I appreciate you sharing. I hope Javier Milei is the real deal and he does what he says he was going to do, which is abolish the central bank in Argentina and adopt Bitcoin. That'd be major, as the Argentine population is pretty massive. 1 trillion, let's clear 50,000 first. Don't get too carried away. No, we're talking about a $1 trillion market cap, not a 1 trillion price action, big dog. Yes, he is a little older and wiser now, but to me, that's no excuse, knowing exactly where your money is located, period. So he is not crying though, says Crypto Creeper. Play some music, JV. I can't because we're on YouTube. On Rumble, we play music. I'll get hit with a copyright strike here, like for sure. YouTube is very strict, so I got to be careful what I talk about. I got to be careful what I sample. I got to be careful what I play. On Rumble, I don't worry about any of that. I can just speak freely and we do our thing. But today, Rumble was down and it wasn't working when I set up the stream. So Rumble misses out today and the extra time gets put into you guys here on YouTube. Tomorrow, we'll be back on Rumble and YouTube as we typically are every day. 50,000 is 1 trillion roughly. Well, there you go. I mean, we may hit 1 trillion then before the end of the year. So there you have it. I was too bearish on this prediction. I should have said like 5 trillion. Really got you guys thinking like 5 trillion. But even 1 trillion, if you think that's price, you're like, how is that even possible, JV? Right? We're at this price a few days ago and everyone had hard on. What's changed? Says Will. Yeah, it is a good question. Getting a little consolidation, but I think it's a healthy thing. Healthy pullbacks are welcome. What's 6%? Bitcoin's up 150% on the year. What's 6% pullback? We're up 150% for the year. Don't get too greedy now, guys. Yes, we need another streaming platform, says Digital Duke. Yeah, something without censorship. Rumble's been good, but Rumble was down today, or we'd be on Rumble right now shooting the ish. You know what I mean? Having our JV reacts. Yeah, Rumble is still down for me in New Zealand, so it's still down for some people. Working for some. They're probably updating their servers or something, if I was to guess. I give you permission to play dub-proof music. Oh, now we're talking. You got to send me your music if I do have your permission to use it. If it has some sort of hip-hop vibe to it, we'll play it. I love it. AVAX is at 3860 right now. How X for the copywriter flag problems? Oh, yeah, that's another option, Matt. I can stream directly on X. So theoretically, I can be streaming every day on YouTube, Rumble, and X, because I have the software to do it, Streamlabs. I can actually stream to like a dozen platforms at the same time, which is pretty lit. Actually, we did it simultaneously. When my YouTube channel got terminated under false pretenses, which it did earlier in the year, that's when I started actually streaming on X and Rumble, and we didn't have YouTube. Then YouTube said, we apologize, we made a mistake, and they gave me my channel back, which I'm grateful for, hence why we're here. Then once I got my channel back, I left out X, and we've just been streaming on Rumble with the uncensored version, as well as YouTube. Now, I'm open to going back to X, but I'll be honest, I wasn't getting as many views as I imagined. It was like, wasn't showing up for people, but I'm open to trying it again if you guys want that. If not, we'll just force people to come to YouTube or Rumble. It's up to you guys. You know what I mean? Because typically what I do is I put clips and shorts on Twitter, but the long format, is another story, but I'm noticing other people starting to use the long format. For example, Tucker on X, dude is getting like 100 million views per show. You can now do timestamps on X, so they do have some advantages now. AVAX is still at the all-time high. Is it like all-time high? More so than in 2021? Or you mean all-time high for the year? Fernando, El Salvador, San Salvador, let's go. Shout out Fernando Gonzalez. Appreciate your support, fam. Do you guys want to take a look at the charts or no? Do you want to just me react to the comments like this? Or we could actually, like we do on the pump watches, we can actually show the charts. It's up to you guys. I'm going to open up a chart just in case. You can see right now Bitcoin flexing just above 41,000. We're looking on TradingView. This is the 4-hour chart. And we see, you decide though. Do you like looking at the chart as I'm kicking it with you guys, interacting in the chat, Q&A? Or do you just want to see big JV like this? What do you prefer? Let me know. I'm anxious to know what you guys want to see. A number of YouTubers are starting to stream on X too. Good to note, Tony. Yes, please, says Victoria. Yes, please to the charts. You guys want charts? We can bring the charts. Charts. Kind of like shots. Charts. Okay, we got you. Here we go. Here's the chart. And we'll take a look at the 1-hour chart. This is in real time right now, family. My TradingView account. You can see some targets. I'll read those targets out loud for you guys so you can kind of see. Yeah, we need a Nipsey cam, right? So we have one target sitting at, let's see when I hover over it, sitting at 45,000. We have another target sitting at 44.8. And the bottom target is sitting at, looks like the 39-ish region, 39.2. So do you think we're likely to hit our up target of around 40, 44? Or do you think we're going to hit our bottom target at around 38, 39? It's kind of hard to tell. What happens if I click on it? And also we have some Elliott wave targets as well. There's a 4 right below the bottom 2. And it also shows we just experienced a falling wedge, which is pretty interesting. I like this showing us all the patterns in the chart so we don't have to decipher it for ourselves. Jennifer says charts. Wow, AVAX was $145 around November of 2021. Exactly. I think most of the cryptos hit their peak then because that's when Bitcoin peaked. Jay Bravo's calling for 44,000. You're not that good looking, says Eric. I don't know who you're referring to there, family. Oh, definitely would like to see you more on. Oh, I see. Would like to see you more on X, but I've tried to retweet you in the post, especially before you go live. Yeah, charts are more sexy than JV. I'll give it to you guys. So this is the 1 hour. Let's check out the 1 minute chart. Holy moly. Let's scale that, baby. There we go. There's the 1 minute chart you're looking at here. All those greenish, tealish lines, those are the Bollinger Bands. Then the blue lines that are dotted, these are the projected targets of which way we can go, just FYI. And then the big blue line under the candles is basically the long moving average, just so you know. And let's take a look at the 30-second chart. And for the heck of it, let's check out the 5-second chart. We have a target. Let's see what the target is. Let me auto scale this. There we go. So there's a target to the north on the 5-second chart at 41,181. There's a lower target way down at 40,723. And we do have a falling wedge here as well, as you can see on your screen. We're sitting just above 41,000. And this is the Coinbase chart. Bitcoin versus the US dollar, 5-second. And below that, you're basically looking at the RSI, which is the relative strength index, which is currently sitting at roughly 60 at this time. BlackRock did not say that. What are you referring to, Urko? So just for you guys just coming on the stream, the headline in today's show is talking about the market cap, not the price. When I'm referring to price, I'll say predicts 1 million per coin or predicts 1 million Bitcoin price. It doesn't say per coin. It doesn't say price, leaving it up to your imagination to decipher what we mean. So if you watch the show, you already know we're referring to the market cap, clearly. Bitcoin market cap right now is 800 billion. We'll probably be at a trillion market cap potentially before the end of the year. If not, clearly probably be January of 2024, in my humble opinion. And I think everyone would predict the same thing, just FYI. Late to the party, yeah. Welcome, James. Can you trade on the 30-second? See options. I can do 30-second. 30-second right here. Let me know if that's what you want to see. Yes. We must chart, says Collins. Yeah, I'll hang around for a few more minutes. Normally, we would only be on Rumble for the after party, but considering Rumble was down all morning, I didn't get to set it up proper. So tomorrow, we'll be back on Rumble for the uncensored version of the show after the YouTube stream ends. But today, I'm just hanging out extra here on YouTube. 1 second chart gives me anxiety. Just for being you mentioned it, if you never seen a 1 second chart, this is what it looked like. This is a 1 second chart. So you get a new candle every second. And what's cool on TradingView, if you get the Premier account, you can get the second chart. So they don't give you the second options unless you have the Premier account. They only give you up to the 1 minute being the lowest time frame. So yeah. It's kind of crazy. It'll be interesting to see where we're at the end of the week, right, Will? David, peep everyone is scared about the dip. Yeah, I mean, if you're scared about the dip, I guess you don't understand Bitcoin yet, but that's okay. I know a lot of newbies come to the channel each and every day. You're the man, JV. I appreciate you, Dub Proof. You can see all these targets on the 1 second chart. The one thing I like about it, it's most entertaining because it's moving the entire time. When we're looking at a 4-hour chart, we don't see a new candle for freaking 4 hours. So there's no fun in that. So at least here we're moving and it's kind of more fun. 1 trillion market cap equals 47,000 per Bitcoin. I like it, Michael. Send it. I think that's a great target. We're likely to hit still this year. I'm still optimistic for December. You know what I mean? December, historically pretty bullish month. And we had a very bullish October, a very bullish Moonvember, and we've had a very bullish start to December. I mean, the first week was lit. Finally, first pullback after a very long time, so it's a given. Where are the odds of being a millionaire if you're all in with 1 Bitcoin, says Earl? Well, when will Bitcoin hit 1 million becomes the question. I'd say it's safe to say around the year 2030. My guess is between 2028 and 2030. Kathy Wood says by 2030. Stock to flow projects 100,000 to 1 million price range post 2024 halving. 2024 halving is only 4 months out. You know what I mean? I appreciate you tuning in, Dub. After losing all the Bitcoin last night, still good mode cuss of you, old lad. Well, cheers, Jaws. I appreciate you. Were you being serious? Were you on a long position and you got liquidated? I thought you were kind of kidding how everyone talks about losing their Bitcoin in a boating accident. I hope you really didn't lose it. Xmas dinner at 47,000. I like it, Mark. It's a good target. 4 and 7 is a divine combination of numbers because it equals 11. I love 4s and 7s. I love 8s and 3s. And of course, I love 11s. Being born on the 11th. My daughter was also born same birthday, February 11th. I was born in 83. 8 plus 3 is 11. So I love 11. 11's my number. Bitcoin is not hitting 1 mil before 2100. Yeah, right. You wish, brother. Yeah, I got liquidated. Ah, sorry to hear that. Were you trading with leverage? I thought maybe you were joking. So my condolences, brother. You have to start over. This time, to avoid being liquidated, just buy Bitcoin and self-custody. Don't worry about the levered longs, because what happens is the market maker will liquidate everyone. This is what they do. Market makers just want to make money. So when there's overexposure to longs and everyone's longing it, they'll make sure the market crashes. They kind of control the market in a sense. They can manipulate the market maker themselves. Now, Bankman-Fried owned an exchange and the market maker. So you could only imagine the level of manipulation that guy was doing. February 11 rocks. I'm with you on that, Jason. Was that your birthday too? I know someone the other day said it was their birthday. So maybe that was you. JV, what indicator is that on your chart? Yeah, let me tell you my indicators I'm using. I'm using the all chart patterns, which I like because it automatically just shows you as it's occurring in real time. It just lays out the structure. I think that's been very helpful. We just turned that on the other day. I also have the Elliott Waves Absolute on and the Fibonacci. And then on the bottom, we have the RSI. So those are the indicators. And with the premium TradingView account, you can have an unlimited amount of indicators. I think with the free account, you're limited to 3. So I've been experimenting with different indicators. If anyone has a recommended indicator that they use that you'd like to see, I'm open to adding that as well. It'd be kind of cool. How to make it with $10 to 200 this bull run? It might be a bad idea to use your $20 to buy one TIA. Expecting the Lambo Focus on Ish coins for maximum profit. If you have limited funds, I recommend Ish. I am born on February 11th. That's what's up, Jimmy the dog. We have the same birthday, brother. So that's epic. Jaws, you got to buy real Bitcoin, not longing yourself levered in any trading stuff. There you go, Mark P. Because none of us get liquidated when we self-custody our own Bitcoin. Bitcoin can drop to $1,000 overnight. We don't lose anything because the one Bitcoin will still be one Bitcoin, right? You only lose what you sell. And when you're levered long on an exchange, the market maker is going to do everything in their power to liquidate you and make money and take your money and take your Bitcoin. That's their job. That's how they make profits. Another chance to buy, in my opinion. Good point. Great buy the dip opportunity. My niece's birthday is February 11th. That's what's up, Yahim. So many February 11ths. We need to have a big party, shall we? Hodl, 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 hodl. You already know. Sip some water. Man, where do we buy a members, fam? I can't find the link. So there's a link in the description. It'll say members.cryptonewsalerts.net, or you can just click join. If you're already subscribed, it'll show you join next to the subscribe button where it would normally be. And you just click join, and then you can become a paid member of the channel. You can see the majority of the people here are paid members. We hit 200 paid members yesterday, and I'm very grateful for that. So thank you for everyone supporting the show. Patience is virtue, 100%. And speaking of patience, the most patient of them all, this dog right here, he's like, JV, time to go walk me and feed me. I've been patient this entire time. It's pitch dark here in Puerto Rico, so now there's no natural lighting. I don't have the lights turned on. Patience is a virtue. February 2nd here. Nice. February. Let's go, Jennifer. We will reach 100,000 for sure, with or without the ETF. But after the ETF, million within 3 years after the ETF is approved, says Morthen. Razi, Bitcoin mining plus dollar cost average and HODL. Will Sheeb hit $1? No. No. Yeah. I appreciate that, family. But anyways, we're going to end the stream before it's pitch dark here in my room because it's getting there. And I'm going to go walk my puppy and do what I got to do. I appreciate everyone tuning in, supporting the show, as you guys do each and every day. It's always been fun. Tomorrow we'll be back on Rumble with the uncensored after party, as we typically are. Today, Rumble was down, so I hung out a little extra here on YouTube. Hopefully you enjoyed the show, and I look forward to seeing you on tomorrow's episode. Peace, family. One love, and show Nip some love, will ya, in the comments? And don't forget to smash the like and subscribe, and I'll see you soon. Deuces.